I hate theater. Well, it's so disappointing, isn't it? You know what I do when I'm sitting in a darkened theater waiting for the show to begin? I pray. Dear God, please let it be a good show. And let it be short. Oh, Lord in heaven, please. 2 hours is fine, but 3 hours is too much. And keep the actors out of the audience. God, I didn't pay good money to have the fourth wall come crashing down around my ears. I just want a story and a few good songs that'll take me away. I just want to be entertained. I mean, isn't that the point? Amen. You know, there was a time when people sat in darkened theaters and thought to themselves, what have George and Ira Gershwin got for us tonight? Or, can Cole Porter pull it off again? Could you imagine? Now it's, please, Elton John, must we continue this charade? It used to be, sitting there in the dark, you knew that when the show began, you'd be taken away to another world. A world full of color, and music, and glamour. And you thought to yourself, my God, when will they bring up the lights? Oh, how things have changed. Hello, how are we today? I'm a bit blue myself. You know, a little anxious for no particular reason. A little sad that I should feel anxious at this age. You know, a little self-conscious anxiety resulting in non-specific sadness. A state that I call blue. Anyway, whenever I'm feeling this way, blue, I like to listen to my music. So I was going through my records this morning. Yes, records. And I was about to put on the soundtrack recording of Meredith Willson's The Music Man. I had a craving for a young Ronnie Howard. But then I said, no, let's have a treat. Why don't we disappear into the decadent world of the 1920s, where the champagne flowed while the caviar chilled, and all the world was a party. Well, for the wealthy anyway. So I dug about, and what did I find but one of my favorite shows, Gable and Stein's The Drowsy Chaperone. Remember? Music by Julie Gable, lyrics by Sidney Stein. It's a 2-record set, remastered from the original recording in 1928. It's the full show with the original cast, including Beatrice Stockwell as the chaperone. Isn't she elegant? And this is a full 15 years before she became Dame Beatrice Stockwell. Let me read you what it says on the back. It says, mix-ups, mayhem, and a gay wedding. Well, of course the phrase gay wedding has a different meaning now, but back then it just meant fun. And that's just what this show is, fun. So, would you indulge me? Would you let me play the record for you now? Yes. I was hoping you'd say yes. You hear that static? I love that sound. To me, it's the sound of a time machine starting up. All right, now let's visualize. Imagine, if you will, it's November 1928. You've just arrived at the doors of the Roscoe Theater in New York. It's very cold. Remember when it used to be cold in November? Not anymore. November's the new August now. It's global warming. We're all doomed. Anyway, it's very cold and a heavy gray sleet is falling from the sky. But you don't care because you've come to see a Broadway show. Listen. Isn't this wonderful? It helps if you close your eyes. Overtures. Overtures are out of style now. I miss them. It's the show's way of welcoming you. Hello, welcome. The meal will be served shortly, but in the meantime, would you like an appetizer? That's just what an overture is. A musical appetizer. A poo-poo platter of tunes, if you will. Ooh, something new. What could it be? Sounds like a dance tune. Kind of rollicking. Maybe involving pirates? Ooh! Don't worry, there are no pirates. All right, now this is it. The moment when the music starts to build, and you know you're only seconds away from being transported. The curtain is going up. I can't wait.
Yes, madam.
How do I
dress, my fancy dress. I don't know why I'm wearing it, I must confess. My dress, I love my dress. Someone tell me why I put it on.
Yes, yes, your dress, your fancy dress. 'Twas such a pleasure airing it, restitching and preparing. God bless your dress, it's one fine dress, and I will tell you why you put it on. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime. Madam, you're the hostess and it's happy wedding time.
Wedding bells will ding, wedding bells will gong.
Wedding bells will dingling and we will ding along.
Your dress, your fancy dress. We're very, very glad you put it on.
Wedding guests have come,
Wedding guests are here, wedding guests
so
are
at the door and soon they will appear.
I'm Robert, the bridegroom. I'm here to marry Janet, the star of Feld's Follies, who I love a lot.
I'm George, that's George, his best man George. I'm honored to be doing what a best man does. Mrs. Tondela, don't you worry, I have this whole wedding planned out. The key is organization, see? Each stream of smash is complete. The musicians build the floors, book the minister. This whole wedding's gonna run like clockwork.
Ooh, is there going to be a wedding?
I'm Feltzig, producer. I lost my leading lady. I've got to stop this wedding or I might get shot.
I'm kidding, just kidding. I came with Mr. Feltzig. I'll be a leading lady if I get my shot.
We're pastry chefs.
We're pastry chefs. We cross our heart, we're pastry chefs.
So bakery.
A bakery is what we've got. Aldalfo, my name is Aldalfo. I am the king of romance, so I kiss a lot.
You are the king of romance cause you kiss a lot.
Wedding bells will ring,
Wedding bells will chime. Wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time.
someone hasn't come.
Someone isn't here. Where is Janet Vandergraff and when will she appear? It's Janet, it's Janet, it's Janet Vandergraff.
I'm Janet, Janet Vandergraff, here to marry Robert Martin, giving up the life of glamour to tie the knot. I'm the chaperone, chaperone of Janet Vandergraff, maid of honor, friend and confidant, and all that rot.
Where's the bar?
A wedding today.
It is prohibition.
A wedding, how day.
Good thing I brought my own.
A wedding today.
Champagne makes me terribly drowsy.
It's really happening.
Truly happening. Almost happening.
What is happening?
I'm Trix, the aviatrix, queen of the sky. I circle through the shadows in my modern apparatus. I'm Trix, the aviatrix. I gotta fly. I'll see you when they tie the knot.
A wedding today. Ding-a-ling.
Ding-a-ling.
A wedding's coming our way.
A wedding.
Well, there you have it. All the guests have arrived.
Ding-a-ling.
Bride, you love, her debonair bridegroom, a hairy producer, jovial gangsters posing as pastry chefs, a flaky coquine, a Latin Lothario, and an ape, which we now call a lesbian. Oh, and of course, my favorite character, the drowsy chaperone. What more could you need from the evening's entertainment?
Wedding bells will ring. Wedding bells will chime. Wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time. Wedding bells will ding. Wedding bells will dong. Wedding bells will ding. And we will ding along.
I don't even know what that means. All right, I'll lead you through this record as best I can. Don't worry, it won't be hard to follow. So we begin with a welcome from the love-struck room.
Well, I'd just like to thank you all for coming. I tell you, I must be some lucky fellow. Why, who'd have thought that I, Robert Martin, would be marrying a glamorous showgirl, and that glamorous showgirl would be willing to give up a successful career? For me, Robert Martin. Now, if it weren't for prohibition, I'd say, let's raise a glass.
Here, here.
To Miss Janet Vandegraff, the most beautiful girl in the world.
Absolutely not. Excuse me, the groom must see his bride on the day of the wedding. It's bad luck.
I hope you heard that, because that's the plot, basically. Hang on for the ride.
Breakfast will be served in the Arabian.
No, I love breakfast.
It's a little early today to be drinking, isn't it?
I don't understand the question.
Look, you keep Janet away from Robert, you understand? You're the chaperone, it's your only job.
Aye, mon capitaine.
Who's my little bunny?
I'm your little bunny.
So the bride and groom are whisked away, and we turn our attention to the B plot, which involves a producer.
Getting married and leaving show business?
Mr. Felton!
Doesn't she know I got obligations?
Mr. Felton! I can be a leading lady.
Kitty, for the last time, you ain't got what it takes.
But I've been taking lessons. Singing, acting, ballet.
Ballet?
Yep, I'm pretty good too. Last week I auditioned for Swanee Lake.
A little annotation. Kitty and Felton were a couple in real life. Jack and Sadie Adler. Now, this is a familiar comic construct. A stupid woman and her long-suffering companion. Well, she appears stupid, but in the end she does something quite clever, and it makes you wonder if it was all just an act. The irony here is that Sadie actually was quite stupid. Jack had to explain all the jokes to her, apparently. Still, she had a wonderful career on the stage. Back then, the theater was the only place where stupid people could make a decent living. This was before television, of course.
Kitty, I don't have time for this.
A petite four, Mr. Felton.
Not now. Perhaps a nice profiterole. Boys, I'm not hungry.
Then perhaps we can give you something else to chew on.
Yeah, something that ain't food. What?
Your confusion is to be expected. Although we stand before you in the guise of innocent pastry chefs, we are also
And primarily,
employees of a certain individual
a certain individual.
A certain individual.
who happens to be single largest investor in Felton's Follies. He has sent us here
As pastry chefs,
to express his concerns about Miss Vandegraff's impending nuptials.
specifically,
That if she gets married and leaves the show.
then there ain't no show.
Say, don't I know you?
No, you don't.
Have you ever spent any time in Toledo?
Have you ever spent any time in a coma? No, but I have a cousin in Seattle.
Kitty! Boys, you tell your boss that this wedding's never going to happen. You have no word.
Oh, we'll take your word, all right.
But to go back on that word would be a recipe for disaster. Now we hope we have made ourselves perfectly eclair.
One cannoli hope.
You've just gotta be kidding me.
Don't trifle much.
Don't talk with me.
All right. Drop the pastry chef routine.
Alas, reganache.
We're on the lamb.
There's an entree, you macaroon.
The gangsters were played by interchangeable vaudeville duo, the Tall Twins, Emily and Peter Tall. Now, they were born Abram and Mendel Masloskowicz, but they were renamed Ellis Island by a sarcastic immigration official. They were an early example of the typical Broadway gangster, full of wordplay and stylized movements. Not very intimidating. Unless you find dancers intimidating. Which I do, but for reasons that would not be appropriate to this situation.
We'll leave the matter in your hands. In the meantime, feel free to browse the dessert carousel.
Try the Toledo surprise.
It's to die for.
Holy cats, Mr. Felton! They're gangsters!
Very perceptive. Now, go powder your face. I've got to stop this wedding. But how? Oh, Lord in heaven! How? How?
I always thought that moment was a little overplayed. So with the story well on its way, let's go to the groom's room.
Hey there, handsome. Show me those pearly whites.
The groom was played by the dashing Percy Hyman. He was the Albright toothpaste man. Albright was hugely popular in the early 20s because it contained cocaine. It's true, if you looked at the label, it was the fifth ingredient down, right after sugar. It wasn't long before he became a huge matinee idol.
Now don't you worry. It's perfectly normal for a groom to be nervous on his wedding day. It is? Of course!
I love Percy Hyman. Now, some people say he was a bad actor, but to those people I say, shut up!
Hey there, Mr. Mirror Man, shaking and a-quaking, trembling like them fraidy cats do. Something big before the rain. Cold feet, brother, you've got cold feet. You can make them cold feet hot with a little rhythm. Young feet, old feet can be uncontrolled. Rhythm makes them cold feet hot down the aisle. Frosty arches, they can learn to swing. Icy toes can jive. Wedding marches played in ragtime swing make frigid souls come alive and take that dive. Cold feet, small feet, turn them into bold feet. Rhythm makes them cold feet hot.
You don't say. Why'd you climb back into your mud hole, you backstabbing worm? Well, now we need to find another minister. Say, what are you up to?
I'm singing a song in a Robotop mood, a Dixie remedy for wedding day jitters.
You think you got jitters? You got the easy part. I just gotta get rice, put in ears, and a minister. Well, I got the weight of the wedding on my shoulders. George,
It sounds like you've got cold feet.
what do I got?
Cold feet.
What do I want?
Cold feet.
What do I do? Cold feet?
No! You make the cold feet hot.
A 5, 6, 7, 8. Cold feet, cold feet. Turn them into cold feet. Rhythm makes them cold feet. Make the cold feet hot. Make the cold feet hot. Make the cold feet hot.
Percy Hyman was a wonderful performer. I like to think of him panting and sweating after a long dance routine. He's still alive, you know. I saw him on the news recently celebrating his 100th birthday. To say that the passing years have taken their toll on him would be a grotesque understatement. They wheeled him out, and he had that wide-eyed expression of pain and confusion that God only saves for the very, very old on their birthdays. You know, the one that says, "Who are you? Who am I? And why is this cake on fire?" You know what I'm talking about. Anyway.
All right, enough of that. Dancing around like a fool.
Sorry, George. I was just trying to calm my nerves. It is my wedding day, after all.
Well, you could have snapped an ankle. Tap dancing is too dangerous. Why don't you go out for a skate instead? That's what I do when I blow off some steam.
George, you think of everything.
Wait a second, what was I thinking? No, you can't go out like that. You might see Jen. Put on this blindfold.
George, what would I do without you?
Just looking out for you, my boy. And no more tapping. Wedding bells will ring.
Just ignore it. It does this
Wedding bells
occasionally.
will chime.
It rings. It will stop soon. Just ignore it.
Wedding bells will celebrate.
What do you want?
Hello, you've reached my answering machine. Leave a short message after the tone. I'll call you back at my convenience.
Well, that's it. It's ruined. Thank you, life. Oh, it's like a cell phone going off in a theater. God, I hate that. Hello, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just at the theater ruining the moment. How about you? Oh, I couldn't get out tonight, so I thought I'd ruin the moment by proxy. Sorry. Let's just shake that off. Let's go back in our minds to 1928. They didn't have cell phones in 1928, but I'm sure they had something for the ruining of moments. Bugles or something.
Happy wedding time.
So the scene shifts and we find the bride, the glamorous Janet Van de Graaff, entertaining questions as she lounges by the pool.
Janet Van de Graaff, is it true you're giving up a successful career to marry a man you hardly know?
Yes, Robert and I met on the Lido deck of the Isle de France. He amused me with stories of his father's oil interests. We spooned briefly, and then he proposed.
So you won't be returning back on stage ever?
I shan't.
You shan't?
I shan't.
Can we quote you on that?
Of course. One more question. Yes?
Why in the world would anybody put olives in a Gibson?
I got a question. How could you give up the footlights when you know very well you got grease paint in your veins?
Oh, Victor.
Oh, Janet, I'm begging you. Dump the mug. Stay with the follies. I'll give you anything you want. Fine. I'll put your name above mine on the marquee.
Oh, Victor, if you think this is about vanity, you couldn't be more wrong. I don't want to show off no more. I don't want to see tattoos more. I don't want to ride no more. I don't want to show off. I don't want to wear this no more. Wear the sausage this no more. No more. I don't want to show off.
Janet, please.
Don't try to control me. I've made up my mind, and that's it. I quit. I'm leaving it all behind. I don't want to be cute no more. Ain't the gentleman no more. I don't want to wear fruit no more. I don't want to show off.
She don't wanna show off no more.
Not me.
Read her name in the news no more.
History.
Get the clothing reviews no more.
I don't want to show off.
She don't wanna show off.
I don't want to show off.
She don't wanna show off no more. Off no more.
Not me. Whee! no desire to continue a life on stage.
Can't you see? You'd kill yourself. Don't worry, boys. This isn't over yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't do an encore.
I don't wanna encore, no more. Keep on shouting. No more. I don't wanna show.
That was Jane Roberts as the bride. She was the Oops Girl, remember? Surely you people remember the Oops Girl. Don't you people read? She was billed as the girl whose sexual energy was so great that it caused men around her to have accidents. Well, spill the drinks, drive their cars into trees. And she would just go, oops. Well, I'm not really doing it justice, but people ate it up. She made a whole series of films. Oops, The Oops Girl Come Home, and Oops Girl at Sea, which won an Oscar for special effects.
Okay, begging and groveling didn't work. On to plan B. And for this, I'm going to need an accomplice. Someone gullible with loose morals. I need a, what do you call him? European.
La 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 la! In walks Aldolfo, self-proclaimed ladies' man. Aldolfo is played by former silent film star and world-class alcoholic Roman Bartelli. He was the one who later drank himself to death in his chateau in Nice, remember? It was 5 days before they found the body, and by that time he had already been partially consumed by his poodles. He was only partially consumed.
Excuse me, I don't believe we've met.
I am Adolfo.
You are Adolfo?
Yes, I am Adolfo.
Not the Adolfo.
Yes, I am Adolfo.
That's funny. You don't look like a scoundrel to me.
Yes. What?
Why, I just overheard the groom saying that Adolfo is a scoundrel. I just heard him say that.
What? Adolfo, a scoundrel?
Those very words.
Adolfo is a scoundrel?
Like I'm hearing it again.
This is outrageous. He is saying this to people, to beautiful ladies with breasts for making love. Why? I must.
You must take matters into your own hands.
Yes, I must take this groom into my hands and kill him.
Yes. No. Don't kill him. Just hurt him enough so we can't get married.
Show me to this groom. Wait!
What?
What kind of man is this groom? Is he a big man?
Well,
A burly fellow?
he's big on the outside.
No. Adolfo will not fight big men. Only small, pale, wheezy, little dwarf people that Adolfo can punt far away. No big men.
So you're a lover, not a fighter.
Adolfo is lover of beautiful ladies. Some say I'm the king of romance.
Well, you know what they say. The best way to get revenge on a man is through his...
Door!
No, the best way to get back at a man is through his...
The window!
No, the best way to get back at a man is through his...
Through his... There is no other ways. I'm not Santa Claus coming down the chimney.
Through his woman.
His woman!
Yes, Adolfo, you must seduce his woman.
Adolfo will make love to bride. That will show people Adolfo is no scoundrel. Show me to this bride. Wait!
What?
What kind of woman is this bride? Is she a big woman?
No.
Early woman?
She's the cat's pajamas.
Pajamas?
She's a looker, an attractive woman.
Show me to this cat in pajamas. Adolfo will make her purr. Stop. Like a cat in
Roman Bartelli chewing the scenery. You certainly couldn't get away with a performance like that nowadays, could you? Mature contemporary audiences are much too sophisticated to enjoy broad racial stereotypes on stage. So, we've banished them to Disney. Let the children sort it out.
Underling,
Yes, ma'am.
the pastry chefs have been kind enough to provide the liquor for the party. But remember, Underling, we have to be discreet.
Yes, ma'am.
It is prohibition, after all.
I'm aware of that, madame.
We'll have to use code words. For instance, if someone says they want a glass of ice water, it means they want a glass of vodka. Have you got that?
Yes, madame.
Are you sure? Maybe you should write it down.
I understand, madame. A glass of ice water is a glass of vodka.
What's a glass of ice water?
Vodka.
Ice water?
Vodka.
Ice?
Vodka.
Well, you see, that's settled then. One less thing to do. Underling, might I please have a glass of ice water? I found our meeting with the pastry chefs rather trying, and I would enjoy a glass of refreshing ice water.
Your ice water, madame.
That was pure vodka, you fool!
I hate this scene.
Well, now I do need a glass of ice water.
A glass of ice water.
Yes, a glass of ice water. Are you going deaf?
Would that I were.
You can see where this is going, can't you? It's really just a series of spit takes.
Your ice water, madame.
That was pure vodka, you fool!
You know, in some ways, the Drowsy chaperone was quite progressive. An Asian actress playing the aviatrix, of course.
Your ice water, madame.
That was pure vodka, you fool!
Yes, some elements were progressive, others were stale in 1928. You know what? I'm just gonna skip ahead.
Your ice water, madame.
That was... That... Where do you think you're going?
To find some lime juice, madame.
Lime juice? For heaven's sakes, why?
Well, I thought I'd wring my eyebrows out and make myself a gimlet.
Now, you might be wondering, what was that routine doing in the show? Well, it's simple, really. There's a song coming up, and they needed something to allow for the set change. It's mechanics, really. It's like pornography. Let me explain what I meant by that. In pornography, the story is simplistic. How do I pay for this pizza? Being the classic example. My point is, as in musical theater, the story only exists to connect the longer, more engaging production numbers. What? Well, what society do we live in if I can't discuss the similarities between pornography and musical theater?
Oh, in a few hours, I'm going to be Miss Robert Martin.
Oh, my head is spinning.
Yes, life is a mad world.
Now, this is a really interesting scene. This is the only time in the show where Jane Roberts and Beatrice Stockwell are alone together on stage. Now, Jane Roberts is an emerging star, but Beatrice Stockwell was already well established and a force to contend with.
I'm so full of apprehension, but I suppose that's normal considering the circumstances. Have you ever been married, chaperone?
Oh, no, I drink for pleasure, not out of necessity.
Have you ever been married, Angeline?
Oh, heavens, no, madame. If I'm to be serving a woman, I prefer to be paid for my efforts.
I know it seems crazy giving up a successful career to marry a man I hardly know, but somehow, for some reason, when I look into his eyes, his big, bunny eyes, oh gee, I get all woozy. And that's love, isn't it?
Not necessarily. The wooziness could be caused by any number of things. I mean, I'm woozy right now, and I'm certainly not in love.
Now, Beatrice Stockwell was famous for her rousing anthems. She entertained and inspired the troops in every major world conflict up to and including the Falklands War. Of course, by that time, she was already in her late 80s, and her anthems didn't much rouse as stupefy. Still, she demanded that a rousing anthem be included in every show she ever did, even if it wasn't appropriate. But you just couldn't say no to her. Now that's star power.
Really? You're not even being the least bit helpful. Couldn't you allay my fears with a few choice words of inspiration?
Inspiration? Really, dear, that's not my forte.
Yes, but if you...
Stumble along. on life's funny journey. As we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn or what to do. Still we bumble our way through life's crazy labyrinth, barely knowing right from left nor right from wrong. And the best that we can do is hope a bluebird will sing his song as we
That was quite nice, chaperone. But I don't see how it pertains to my situation.
Well, let me explain.
Really, that's not necessary. I suppose I'm looking for a sympathetic little...
The little world in which we live, it can bore you till there's nothing left to give. 7 overrated wonders, 7 underwhelming seas, 6 excruciating continents.
Antarctica, oh please.
Still, we mustn't let it linger. This planet, oh so bland. Keep your eyeball on the highball in your head. As we stumble along through life's crowded dance floors, and we push and we shove, we live and we learn, and when we finally leave the bar and we see that morning star, we pull our bootstraps up and homeward turn. Then we stumble away through dawn's blinding sunbeams, barely knowing right from right nor left from wrong. And the best that we can do is hope a bluebird will sing his song as we stumble along, as we stumble, pumble, fumble, lumble, as we stumble.
That was quite inspiring, chaperone. Oh, but I'm still conflicted. Tell me, is Robert the one for me?
Oh, my dear, that's something you'll have to figure out for yourself.
But I just don't know if he loves me.
Well, why don't you ask him? Why don't you take him and say, Roger, do you love me?
It's Robert, and I'm not supposed to see him. In fact, it's your job to keep me away from him.
And I take that job very seriously. But, however, this moment I'm feeling terribly, terribly drowsy. I'm afraid I'll have to take Elodie down. But whatever you do, don't go wandering through the garden seeking your fiancé to ask him the question upon which your future happiness depends.
Oh, thank you, chaperone. I just need to know if he loves me.
Such a skinny little fool. I envy her. Oh, when will love come crashing through my door?
Look who it is. It's Aldolfo come to seduce the bride.
I am Aldolfo.
Try not to think of the poodle as listening to this part.
I am Aldolfo. And you are bride.
No, I'm
What? This is the bridal suite, and you are the only one here. Therefore, you must be bride.
interesting argument, but I'm afraid you're a moron.
What?
Me, no bride. Perhaps I could take a message.
Yes, very good. Dear Van de Graaf bride, I must make love to you and transport you to the place of ecstasy. Sooner is better. Signed, Aldolfo, King of Romance.
Well, you caught me. It's all right through my little room.
Ah, so you
Apparently, yes. Take me, Adolfo.
No. No, not Aldalfes. Aldolfo. You must remember my name for when we are making love and you are screaming. You must say the right name or you will ruin everything. How can I get you to remember my name? I'm sure that you have heard the name Aldolfo. A ladies' man who is the claim Aldolfo. Yes, I am the same Aldolfo. I introduce myself. I am Aldolfo.
Pleased to meet you, shall we?
Not so fast. So just in case you didn't hear Aldolfo, I'll try to make it very clear, Aldolfo. The lovely ladies always cheat Aldolfo. When I repeat myself, I am Aldolfo. I can sing it high, Aldolfo. I can sing it low, Aldolfo. I can sing it very fast. Hello. I can sing it very slow. I do it for you now. You would think hours. Now let us see if you can remember my name.
I'll give it a shot.
Now who's the fellow that you sing, Adolfo? And how shall you refer to me, Adolfo? And who is it I'll always be, Adolfo? Now sing it proudly. You are Adolfo. Now let me spell it out for Joe. For all you lovely ladies in the crowd who did not hear for some reason, because maybe you're hard of hearing or something. I don't know. It goes ha 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 da ha 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 ha. Voila! I am Aldolfo.
I think it was her secret fantasy to be swept off her feet by a Latin lover. I mean a real Latin lover, not a buffoon. But that's the thing about musical theater, right? Romantic fantasy. Falling in love at the drop of a hat. Spontaneous tangoing, suddenly finding yourself in an insanely romantic setting.
I'm an accident waiting to happen.
Robert, look out!
Don't worry, madam. I'm getting married today, so I have to wear this blindfold.
A blindfold?
Sorry, who am I speaking to anyhow?
Why, it's me. Me from France.
This scene couldn't be more ridiculous.
So I hear you're marrying Janet Van de Grafton.
Oh, we.
I hear she's very beautiful.
And glamorous.
Oh, we.
She has an exceptionally broad range and excels at playing both comedic and dramatic roles.
Say, I'm having trouble placing your accent. What part of France are you from?
The middle part, where they make the toast. So you were telling me about your, how do you say it in English, fiance?
That's right.
So tell me, when was the moment that you knew she was the only one for you?
Well, it's a funny story, actually. We were standing on the Lido deck of the Isle de France.
Yes.
I was amusing her with stories of my father's oil interests.
And then what happened?
Then I looked into her eyes, her big glamorous eyes, and I felt all woozy.
And then you fell. And then you fell?
Well, yes, right on my keister. And that's when I said, well, I guess I don't have my sea legs yet.
But we haven't left the dock yet.
That's what she said. And then I knew it must be love.
And then you said?
And then I said, there was a time I could stop on a dime. Forbearance was one of my talents. But since you've been around, I can't hold my ground. I'm consistently losing my balance. I'm an accident waiting to happen. I'm a mishap about to ensue. I'm the toy on the stair, the three-legged chair, a hen that's been caught by a shoe. When my two lovesick arms started flapping, there was nothing my ink could do. I'm an accident waiting to happen, so how do I happen to you?
And then what happened?
And then she joined in.
When men seem sweet and they fall at my feet, my heart doesn't beat any faster. But when you lose control, it touches my soul. So I'm bracing myself for disaster. You're an accident waiting to happen.
That's right.
A catastrophe destined to be.
That's me. I'm the rags in the cellar,
A broken umbrella,
a branch hanging loose from a tree.
I can see myself jumping a black man for a man who lives dangerously. You're an accident waiting to happen, so hurry and happen to me. And then what happened?
Then we kissed. I'm an accident waiting to happen.
So hurry and happen to
Oh no! What have I done? Wait!
Well, it seems that the fake French accent and blindfold led to a terrible, terrible misunderstanding. Will it all work out in the end? Of course it will. It's musical theater. Everything always works out in musical theater. Nothing ever works out in the real world. And the only people who burst into song are the hopelessly deranged.
Mr. Felton!
Where is that philandering foreigner?
Mr. Felton!
How long can it take to seduce one bride?
Mr. Felton! You don't need Janet no more!
Please, not now.
I've been working on a mind-reading act. Presenting Kitty the Incomprehensible! Yeah, think of something.
Oh, I'm thinking of something, all right.
Wait, I'm getting it. Pick up
reading your own mind, you idiots.
No wonder it's so easy.
Mr. Feldzig,
It would seem that the wedding is proceeding according to schedule.
now it's time you receive your just desserts. What do you think, partner? Should we whip up something special for Mr. Feldzig?
Yeah. How about a Toledo surprise?
An inspired choice.
A Toledo surprise? I've never heard of that.
No, you haven't. Those who have heard of it are generally never heard from again.
We'll share the recipe with you.
First, you chop the nuts,
Then you pound the dough.
then you bake it up nice and slow. Then you got a Toledo.
Toledo surprise. Could you run that by me again? It's a very simple recipe, Mr. Feltic.
First, you chop the nuts,
Then you pound the dough.
then you bake it up
nice and slow.
Then you got a Toledo.
Toledo surprise.
Say, why don't we give him a little taste?
All right. Hold it! With style. What grace. What rhythm. Open your hands. Now shake them. And give me that recipe one more time. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Go! Chop the nuts. Pound the dough. Bake it up. Nice and slow. Front. Then you got a Toledo. Toledo surprise. Now sell it. Hit the beach. Peel the skin. Push it up. Throw it in. That's a tasty Toledo. Toledo surprise. Now you're cooking. You heat it up. Then you sweet it up. When you heat it up, if it starts to rise, don't let it, it's a snap. Try it, folks. Whip your whites, split your yolks. That's a tasty Splendido. Toledo surprise. You boys are natural, honest. I'll go work on the contracts. Hey, a 5, 6, 7, 8.
Mr. Feldzig! Oh, what's going on here?
Take a look at my new act. Toledo surprise.
You mean you're putting gangsters in the show and you won't put me in? They're not even the youngest!
You got it all wrong, kitty. This, the new act, it's for you. And these boys are your backup dancers.
Backup dancers? Holy cat! What that hot Toledo does to my libido. Good? Yes, indeed. Oh, sugary yum yum.
Hello?
Surprise! Squeeze the cream, grease the pan, lick the spoon, cut the plan, makes you bust your tuxedo. Toledo surprise!
Wait! Haldolfo, he have announcement to make. The wedding is off. What, for the love of God, why?
Haldolfo has made love to the bride.
That's not the bride, you idiot. That's the chaperone.
What?
The wedding is on.
The wedding is on.
What?
Robert's a strange French girl on our wedding day. Her name is unique. She is very beautiful.
I couldn't help it, Janet. She was just like you. Only French.
Sweet mother of pearl.
Underling,
Yes, madame.
what is all this commotion about?
The wedding, madame.
Is there going to be a wedding?
Not anymore. What a tragedy. What a wonderful, wonderful tragedy. Clear the floor, boys. Let me show you how it's done. First you beat it up, then you sweet it up. When you heat it up, if it starts to rise, don't let it. Toledo surprise.
Surprise!
Wait until it's ready.
Surprise!
Wait till it's ready.
Surprise!
Wait until it's ready.
Now it's looking ready.
Surprise!
You got it.
Makes me twitch, makes me shake. This dessert takes the cake. Makes me like a torpedo. Toledo surprise!
Toledo surprise.
Surprise!
Surprise! Hey! Ho, 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 hey! Surprise! Surprise!
That's a lot of jumping.
Oh!
totally think, you gotta 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 totally surprise! Wait till it's ready, surprise! Wait till it's ready, surprise! That's a tasty Toledo surprise!
Wait! Why are we dancing? Our dreams are in tatters.
Yes. Yes. But the tune is so infectious.
Oh, Robert, this is the saddest day of my life.
Wedding bells won't ring, wedding bells won't chime, they will never celebrate a happy wedding time.
And that's that. The curtain falls and it's time for the intermission. At least it would be. If we were actually sitting in the Moscow Theater watching the Drowsy Chaperone, which of course we are not. I hate intermissions. They ruin the magic, you know. They yank you back into reality. One moment you're lost in a magical world of music and romance, and then bam! You're surrounded by tourists, crinkling candy wrappers, and nattering about the lack of women's restrooms. It's cruel. Oh, it's a power bar. I have a bit of a blood sugar issue, so I have small meals throughout the day, or else I get all jittery. You wouldn't like the alternative, though, believe you me. Believe you me? I don't know. I remember my wedding day. I didn't eat breakfast, and the ceremony wasn't until 4 in the afternoon. Oh, I do! Are you surprised that I was married? Well, there you go. You shouldn't go making assumptions about people, now should you? I'm a very complicated person. I have to pee now. I'll be quick, I promise, and while I'm gone, you can listen to the beginning of Act 2. Sorry! That song was not from the Drowsy Chaperone! That was from another musical entirely. I have a woman who comes in once a month. Can you say that? I have a woman? Anyway, she cleans the things I absolutely refuse to clean. She's very good, but she has this annoying habit of putting my records away and in the wrong sleeves. Even though I tell her, no touch records, Carmela, no touch records. I suppose if I spoke to her in complete sentences, then she would stop touching my records. Anyway, that song started Act 2 of another Gablenstein show called The Enchanted Nightingale. It's a degrading piece of chinois about an emperor who is told by a magic bird to marry his American elocutionist instead of his betrothed, and he ends up building the Great Wall of China. It's a slap in the face to 4,000 years of Chinese history, but it has some wonderful tunes. Act 2 of the Drowsy Chaperone begins with this. A haunting lament sung by a very depressed bride. She sings it standing in her balcony, bathed in the pale blue light of a sympathetic moon, which is ridiculous because it's the middle of the day. Now, while you're listening to this, try to ignore the lyrics. I know it'll be hard, but they're not the best. The music truly communicates the bride's state of mind, just ignore the lyrics.
I put a bunny on that pedestal and tried to make that bunny stay. And he sat at the top, but he needed to hop and with other bunnies play far away. He left his carrot on that pedestal beside some pellets in a cup. And I haven't got the strength to clean it up. Oh, bunny, bunny, bunny.
The melody is so simple. It just floats through the air. And I must confess, I always get a little bit misty when I think of that half-eaten carrot lying on the pedestal. Some leaves of lettuce dangling on the floor.
Oh, bunny, 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 you broke my heart in two. But I'll always save that pedestal for you. Come, my little bunny. Come, my little bunny.
Okay, now here we go.
Wait!
Who are you?
I'm Janet Vandegraff.
Do you need anyone?
I don't need anyone.
What about the love of one man?
How do I care about the love of one man when I am adored by millions? Do I need to be so gloomy?
No, no, no!
I could rule the world if so I chose. Cinnamon friends and flowers to me every show. Gertrude Stein, she handed me a rose.
Now, Julie, let's go.
I'm Janet Vandegraff. Ain't no nail that I can't hammer. Why give up a life of glamour? Life of glamour, life of glamour. No!
Bunny, I love this part. She's having a complete mental breakdown. Bunny, bunny, bunny.
I'm in accident waiting to
Bunny, bunny, bunny.
I don't want to show off no more. I don't want to spread mirth no more. Be the greatest on earth no more. I don't wanna. I don't wanna show off. And I think sure, Janet, future is secure, Janet, that's fine. Any future I could ever care to share includes this one-two tiny cat who drives me mad.
She put upon me
Robert,
on
what a fool I've been.
and tried to make that
I don't know how I love you.
and he did for a time what he needed to find
Love nothing.
with other
Love
That's the story of a bunny gone astray.
I ask
Bunny, bunny,
the stars
bunny, bunny.
above. It's the bunny or my pedestal.
Don't you just love that number? It has everything. A little Bubsy Berkeley, a little Bugs Bunny. And that's another thing I love about musical theater. When a character's in a crisis, they sing and they dance, which is much more interesting than just whining about it. But that's the glory of musical theater. Oh, well, you see, this is what I was talking about. You manage to be happy for 5 seconds, and then something starts ringing!
What a beautiful day for a wedding.
Shall I have the pews moved now, or would you prefer I wait until morning?
Okay, I'm going to stop here because I don't want this number ruined by a ringing telephone. Here we have 2 vaudeville performers who have slipped through the cracks of time. They are Noel Fitzpatrick and Ukulele Lil. I don't know anything about them. I suppose Ukulele Lil played the ukulele, but she doesn't in this show. Actually, I tried to find more about her. I went through all my books. I even tried the internet, but all of my searches ended with Tiny Tim's autopsy photographs. Anyway, they're both charming.
Why would you have the pews removed?
Well, the bride has called off the wedding, madame.
Oh, underling, never listen to a bride on her wedding day. Love is a very complex emotion, underling.
Yes, madame.
You can be very close to a person one minute, and then the next, why, you just want to strangle them. Do you understand?
I'm familiar with the urge to strangle. Yes.
You see, that's just the nature of love. Love makes lovers worry, love makes lovers fret. But here's a fact on which we can depend. Just like long ago when Romeo and Juliet, love is always lovely in the end.
But Romeo and Juliet was a tragedy.
Oh, I never read reviews. Love can start a quarrel, love can cause a din, but love has always been a trusty friend. 'Twas a happy fate for Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. Love is always lovely in the end.
Might I remind you that Anne Boleyn lost her head?
Yes, she was in love. Love was good to Eve and Adam.
Here we go.
And Samson and Delilah too.
Good grief. May I pose a question, madam?
Why, yes, of course.
Why does nothing I say to you ever get through?
Don't mind if I do.
Oh my God.
Please excuse me while I fetch myself a glass of ice.
Love sneaks up behind you. Love drinks from above. But love would never consciously offend. Love has certainly been kind to me. And my true love. Love is always lovely in the end.
But your late husband was a brute.
I don't mean him, you silly coot. Love is always lovely.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Love is always lovely. Love is always lovely in the end.
But to be frank, on some level, that number pisses me off. Now, I'm going to say something here, and yes, I have been drinking, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that love is not always lovely in the end. Can you hold this for me? Often in the end, there are lawyers. And another thing. Surely someone was aware of the awkward sexual connotation of that title. Love is always lovely in the end. I mean, is it just me? I guess what I'm trying to say is that number is naive, and irresponsibly so. Sorry, I just thought that needed to be said for the benefit of the young people. I won't interrupt anymore. Oh, there's a number coming up that I've become obsessed with.
There you are! Oh, chaperone, I'm in such a terrible state.
Yes, you certainly are. You can't go to a wedding dressed like that.
Oh dear, haven't you heard? The wedding's been called off.
Oh, not your wedding, mine. Oh, that reminds me. Might I borrow your veil?
You're getting married? But to whom?
La 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 la! Ah, beautiful lady with baffled expression.
You're marrying Adolfo?
I know it's surprising, but when I look into his eyes, his big lobster eyes, I get all drowsy. And that's love, isn't it?
Yes, dear, that is love.
There you are. All right, I'm gonna put my cards on the table. I got a weak heart, can't take the pressure. If this goes on any longer, the old ticker gonna give out. So please tell me, is there gonna be a wedding or not?
Yes.
Thank the good Lord in heaven.
Adolfo and the chaperone are getting married.
What?
There you are! Wonderful news! There is going to be a wedding.
We know.
You do?
Yes, we just heard.
But who told you?
I did.
But how did you know?
What difference does it make?
Mrs. Tottenden are going to be married in the garden at 7:30 this evening.
What?
What? Oh, yes.
Congratulations to everyone.
Say, what kind of cockamamie wedding is this? Everybody's getting married except the bride and groom.
There you are, Janet. I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hello, Mr. Martin.
Please don't be that way. Can't you find it in your heart to marry me? Janet, it is our wedding day. And, well, George has gone through all this trouble, and, well, I do love you. More than I can say.
But you kissed another woman.
Yes, and I just can't understand it. This may sound ridiculous, but when I was kissing that French girl, why, it was like I was kissing you.
Oh, Robert, you were kissing me.
Wait, you mean you're Mimi? Wow, that French accent was remarkably accurate.
Thank you. I developed in playing the role of Monique in Holds That Baguette.
All right, before you do anything, think about this. No matter how well you play the part of a happy wife, you'll never ever get a standing ovation.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I'm confused. Oh, chaperone, please give me some advice that is appropriate and coherent to my situation. Should I marry Robert?
Okay, now here it comes. The moment I was talking about. Not only the culmination of the plot, but a moment that has brought me back to this record again and again. Here it comes.
Well, my advice to you would be...
And this is it. Listen.
Move while you can.
You see, you can't really make out what she says because someone drops a cane. I'll pick you again.
Move while you can.
She's saying live while you can or leave while you can.
Move while you can.
It's a softball, so it might just be a cynical quip, but this is a wedding after all. And that's exactly what you think when you're standing at the altar, isn't it? Live or leave. And you have to live, because you do love her in some way. And it's not exact science. An arrow doesn't come down from the sky and point to the one you're supposed to be with. So one day you say to someone, you say, I love you. And you basically phrase it as a question, but they accept it as a fact. And suddenly there she is in front of you in a $3,000 dress with tears in her eyes. And her nephew made the huppa. So what do? Do you say, I was joking, I was kidding? No, you can't. You live, right? You choose to live. And for a couple of months you stare at the alien form in bed beside you. And you think to yourself, who are you? Who are you? One day you say it out loud, and then it's trial separation and couples counseling, and all your conversations are about her eating disorder and your Zoloft addiction, and you're constantly redefining and reevaluating and revisiting until you finally lose the deposit on the house, and the whole relationship ends in a particularly ugly note with your only copy of Gypsy spinning through the air and smashing against the living room wall! But still, in a larger sense, in a broader sense, it's better to have lived than left, right?
While you can.
You have no idea how many times I've listened to that.
Oh, thank you, chaperone. You certainly have a way with your words. Yes, I will marry you.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Well, Mr. Feltic, it looks like this wedding is a done deal.
Now you're my truffle.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
But there is. I found a replacement. A new leading lady. Presenting Kitty the Incredible. Okay, now Kitty, concentrate and show the boys how you can read my mind. My mind.
Kitty, will you marry me? Holy cats, Mr. Felton, yes, yes!
Isn't she amazing?
Well, what are you waiting for? You ladies go put on your frillies. We'll all get married in one big group. That's how they do it in Utah.
Well, George, I don't know how you managed to pull it off. You're wedding for one day. I guess you're everybody's best man.
I am?
Of course.
I am.
Hip hip hooray! That's George, the best man George.
I'm honored to be doing what a best man ought.
Who's basking in the glory of a fight well fought. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime, wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time. Wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding.
Minister, you may begin. Oh no! I forgot the minister!
Robert's before the wedding!
What is that?
Who the hell are you?
I'm Trix, the aviatrix of the sky. To Rio I was wedding when my engine needed mending. I'll fix my navigatrix, and I'll fly and let you love the sky the night. So sorry to crash the party, folks, but we'll have to stick to 2 shakes and it's off to Rio for Carnival.
Wait, the captain of a ship can perform a marriage.
Yes! And the captain is composable pilot.
Yes! And a plane is a kind of a jeep of the air, an air jeep.
Oh, shit! Yes!
Where's all on the planet? I'll have the honeymoon in Rio.
Oh, wow. I told you that was my best man.
A bride and groom in a chapel may bring a tear to the eye. But what a thrill when lovers trim I do in the sky. When vows are said in a meadow.
I do in the sky.
We do, we do,
We do. A bride and groom in a chapel may bring a tear to the eye.
with rainbows bending before us and clouds meandering by. One can constrain that sweet refrain.
I do in the sky. When vows are said in a meadow, or bees and daffodils sigh.
But heartbeats rush when sweethearts rush. I do in the sky.
I do in the sky.
Look! Up ahead! Did you see it?
Could it be? Yes, it's Rio.
Well, hurry up, Trix. We've got some honeymooning to do.
Then fly.
It's such a thrill when lovers trill. Let's fly. And clouds meandering by.
One can restrain that sweet refrain.
I do. Up in the.
Oh no. I can't believe it. Okay, everybody stay calm. This happens occasionally. It's a horrible old apartment with terrible wiring. Just stay concentrated. Keep it so alive in your minds. Don't talk to anyone. Don't let yourselves be distracted. I'll find the fuse box. Everybody be quiet.
Super!
Oh God.
Hi. Hello. Your lights are out.
Yes.
Yeah. You got to shut the power off because we're replacing the breaker panel in the basement.
Yes.
So, we replace it. But when we turn the power off, the breakers in all the apartments trip.
Yes.
It's normal.
Yes.
So, I gotta reset your breakers.
Now,
It'll only take us a second.
all right.
Because I tried calling you earlier, but no one answered.
Oh, I've been having a problem with the phone.
Here we go. What was that?
It was just music. It was just a show, you know. A musical?
You like musicals?
No.
I love musicals. I go to wife all the time. It's amazing what they can do nowadays. Do you see Miss Saigon? They had a helicopter on. That's on stage on that one. Yeah. Lame is Saturday Night Fever.
Really? Well, goodbye. Well, that's it. It's ruined. One note away from the end of the show, and the mood is broken. I should just start the record again from the beginning. No, I can't do that, can I? Oh, it's so frustrating. You have to understand, I love this show so much, and I've never even seen it. My mother gave me the record. This was just before my father left us. He didn't leave because of the record, although I'm sure it didn't help matters. Look, I know it's not a perfect show. The spit-take scene is lame, and the bunny motif is labored, but none of that matters. It does what a musical is supposed to do. It takes you to another world, and it gives you a little tune to carry with in your head. A little something to help you escape from the dreary horrors of the real world. A little something for when you're feeling blue, you know? As we stumble along on life's funny journeys, as we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn or what to
I'm
do.
an accident waiting to happen.
Still we bumble our way
I wanna sing too.
through life's crazy
Wedding
labyrinth.
bells will ring, wedding bells will chime.
Knowing left from right, nor right from wrong.
And the best that we can do is hope a bluebird will sing his song as we stumble along. Still we bumble our way through life's crazy labyrinth. The best that we can do is hope a bluebird will sing his song as we stumble along. As we stumble, fumble, fumble, fumble. As we stumble along.
Goodbye, everybody!
Like I said, we share the theater space in Scotland with 15 other groups, so we have to pack everything that you saw on stage into 4 suitcases. So they have been rehearsing how to pack and unpack those suitcases. They're going to pack them. They've been getting pretty fast at it, so they should be out pretty quick. But yeah, they'll meet you in a few minutes. Thanks, guys.